talk. I apologize. We were a little bit late getting started this evening. If you are watching live, it is baseball season, and I do help coach my oldest son's team. He had a. I apologize. We were a little bit late getting started. He are watching live. Was playing catcher and took one in Big Jim and the Twins.
Ooh.
And he's 9, so I mean we're not. Maybe we should be wearing cups. I don't know.
Yes, you should always be wearing cups. Polytrauma to the genitals, no matter how old you are, is bad.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. They're so uncomfortable, and I only if I was catching did I wear a cup.
Well, that's fair, but that is the one position to be wearing a cup with. So
I didn't know that he was going to be catching. He hasn't done it before, but his coach likes to rotate him through. So
let them experience new things.
And then he got hit by a pitch, so took one in the arm.
Is it a coach pitch or is it a kid pitch?
It's a kid pitch. This is first year of kid pitch.
Be all right.
Yeah, I mean it's not fun, you know. Anytime you get hit with a baseball, it's not fun, but it's not. We're not breaking cheekbones or anything like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's I don't know how many he plays on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so I don't know how many times he will be playing the 7:00 game, and we might have to push our start time. But all you degenerates can probably stay up an extra half an hour anyway. So
our biggest fan, Gabe, actually was texting me, "Where the fuck is my podcast?" So
good. Well, tell him good things come to those who wait.
Yeah, I think he's playing video games right now. Today we're actually going to try and talk about buying and selling cars, something Matt's very familiar with, very, very good at, because I want a Bronco, but I can't have a Bronco. Too expensive.
You can. You just have to pay for it.
Yeah, well. Moving through, we'll talk about some stuff. I really don't think I have anything funny this week. I have some sad patient stories, but I don't think those are appropriate for the vibe. For the vibe.
Fair enough.
So
I've had some interesting ones that I've been dealing with. I've had, within like the last 3 weeks, I've had 2 people sent home for, one was intoxicated at work, and not even a little bit. Like he was so intoxicated that they thought he was having a stroke because he was slurring his words so bad. He blew a .23.
Good Lord.
And I work with medical professionals across the country. So he was granted, I mean, he was on call, but still, like, he was deep.
Shouldn't have came in. Should have just taken the bullet, got in trouble.
And then another one disappeared for 45 minutes and came back smelling of marijuana.
They just got sprayed by a skunk. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's all
marijuana and perfume.
Well, obviously they got sprayed by the skunk and they wanted to mask the skunk smell so they could keep their job. Obviously. That's why they chewed gum too, because like some of it got in their mouth. Like it's just this big thing. Yeah.
So it was like I thought it was interesting. Needless to say, they are no longer working at their respective sites.
Good Lord.
Weird.
I mean, those are just 2 things that are 100% just avoidable. Like, your job's worth more than that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I love to drink. Never drink on the job.
It depends on what kind of job. Like
healthcare.
In that line of work, yeah, healthcare, no way. Like if you have a remote job and you're not doing like Zoom meetings and stuff, I mean
depends on the remote job. It depends.
It does. But at the exact same time, if it's Friday at 3:00, it's 5:00 somewhere.
I could take that.
I wouldn't recommend like 9:30 having mimosas or having a Bloody Mary on a Tuesday at 9:00, but who am I to judge?
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, just drink non-alcoholic beer.
That's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, I know people who make micheladas with non-alcoholic beer. I'm just like, what's the point there, Ace? You know?
Drinking straight mixer.
Drinking straight mix.
I haven't had straight mixer in years.
I love that scene so much.
It's
Oh, what are you talking about? They got drinks right here. Oh, no, Charlie. That's orange juice. You mean like the mixer? Who drinks straight mixer?
They got screwdrivers.
Oh, I had a Diet Cola the other week. Actually, I've given up soda.
Ooh, how's that going?
It's been 2 weeks. It's not bad. It definitely
100% given up, or like switched to like 0, or
No, like pretty much 100%. I've had one slip up, and I had a Paloma, which has
A what?
Paloma, tequila, grapefruit soda, and lime.
Did you say tequila was one of those drinks?
Yeah,
So you didn't. I mean, you had soda.
I had soda though.
You had a cocktail.
I had a cocktail, but it still had soda, so like it counts. But besides that one, it's been 2 weeks. I actually haven't had a soda, and the craving's not too bad because I get the Topo Chicos with a twist of lime.
I don't know what that is either. Like you were throwing a whole bunch of Mexican drinks.
How
at
do you
me.
not know what Topo Chico is? Just sparkling water. That's all it is. Sparkling mineral water, actually.
Cool. Like I've never heard of that.
I don't know how. I'll bring some. Ooh, I'll bring
You would have
some.
said like, no, I don't. I don't need to spit water out. That's good.
No, will you get the tequila? You get that with some lime. Ooh,
I don't like tequila drinks.
you will now.
Like the only thing that I will do with tequila is take shots of it. Like,
You will like this.
people are like, "Oh, do you want a margarita?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want to taste tequila."
Oh, Matt, my sweet summer child.
There are plenty of other good things that you can drink that don't involve tequila. So, speaking of drinking, it is time to take some shot.
I would love to take a shot right now. It's been a while for me.
A week?
Yeah. Well, no, I had drinks Saturday.
Oh, so less than a week.
Less than a week.
So,
It's when I had the Paloma.
there you go.
So, but it was not a lot. But still, counts. Trying to peter back. So today's my drinking day, and we're going hard in the paint.
There you go. Well, would you like to go first, or would you like me to?
I did last week, so it's your turn.
Okay. So, my shot at is going to be people driving through school zones at 20 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour, and not paying attention to crossing guards.
Oof.
Like, it is absolutely ridiculous. I have almost seen crossing guards hit in like the last week, like 3 times.
It's like the whole point that they exist.
Yeah, like it's beyond insane. Slow the fuck down. It's not like you don't know when school's getting out. It gets out every time. Starts at the same time and gets out at the same time every day for 9 fucking months.
When does
Go
school
a
get
different
out?
way. Ours gets out tomorrow. Tomorrow's my kid's last day of school.
Then they're with you all day?
For a week, and then they start summer camp.
Nice.
So,
You're smart.
everybody, slow the fuck down in school zones, especially when a crossing guard is around. You don't want to be the one that kills a little kid. Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
All right.
All right, so
My shot was brought to you by Crown Peach again. I'm not fancy like Thomas, where I get a new bottle every time we have a show. A bottle will last me like 6 months.
Noble Oak today. There you go. It was a little too bright. Noble Oak smells really good. We'll try it out. I still have quite a few bottles up there actually, because some of them are not that great, so I don't finish them. So they're for a desperate day.
Or you just need to have a party and give them to people.
But they already drank out of.
Yeah, you make the people at the party a drink with it.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah.
Oh, do you want to try this really good bourbon that I got or scotch that I got? Oh, you're going to love it.
Why don't you want one? Oh, I'm good.
I've already had that one. I got a new one as a gift, so I wanted to try that one first.
Smart. So this one is a shot very near and dear to my heart. In EMS, we have EMS rooms at the hospital. and it's usually a snack room with a toilet, right?
Did you say with a little toilet?
Well, there's like a bathroom attached to it, so you can go.
So it's not the same room.
Not the same room. No.
Okay, because I was gonna say, I do not want my snacks anywhere that somebody else is shitting.
But the big thing is that like the only people that can go into that room, you have to badge in, so it's only EMS that can get in there. Every day this week, every time I went to take a shit, there was a floater in the toilet. Flush your goddamn turds. Go fuck yourself. Oh, wow.
Is that one going up on the shelf?
It's not bad. It tastes like I'm sucking on a popsicle stick right now, though. It's very oaky, like very noble oak. Okay, that makes sense. God, Jesus. I'll do another one because I have to.
Do you think the noble part is because somebody noble put something extra in the batch? Maybe added their own batch of special sauce?
I will say, maybe. It's definitely very oaky. I will say it is 45%, so it burnt a little bit, but it was smooth for the most part. It's just
5%.
Mm-hmm. Yours, that's going to be 40. Mm-hmm. No, that's going to be 35% because it's peach.
Yep.
I'm not an alcoholic. No, it's really cool learning about the distillery process, and when you have flavored alcohols, it actually takes away a part of the proof, and then with like super specific ways to make it actually stronger, which is your cask strength. It's fucking awesome because they like have the cask strength and then they cut it to 40 because that's what most people enjoy is the 40%. Like Jack Daniels, 40%. So the cask strength is like straight out of the fucking barrel.
Do you think that it's because people enjoy the percentage more, or do you think it's more of if we make it too strong, people drink less, and then we don't sell as much? Because I'm willing to bet that that's probably the reason.
I mean, if you make it too strong, I'll drink more of it because I'll get drunk.
You won't. You can't drink more of it.
I guess that's true. I guess it's more volume. Yeah.
It's probably like the happy medium for them to where it's like...
I think so.
You know?
Not like 20%. I'll take it. Shot 4. I've got a good one, I think. This one's a good one.
Well, my shot 4. This is going to sound cheesy, but I don't care because fucking cheesy is, in my opinion, pretty awesome. I actually really enjoy cheesy shit.
Cheese and potatoes.
Cheesy potatoes especially. My shot 4 is going to go out to my oldest son. If he ever watches this someday, he's not allowed to watch it yet, but he has been working his little butt off at practicing baseball because he saw that he wasn't where he wanted to be and he wanted to be a pitcher. And I told him, if you want to do this, you have to go work. And he has been putting in the work, practicing by himself quite a bit. So, cheers to you, buddy. Keep up the good work.
He found his thing. That's awesome.
Even if it's not his thing, just learning that work ethic of working hard towards something you want, I find is such an important thing, especially at a young age. So you don't get to be my age and you're like, how do I do this? How do I get what I want?
How do I change the faucet in an RV? Yeah, YouTube. That's how.
Oh yeah, I YouTube everything when I fix shit.
Wasn't an issue I expected to be having today. But that is awesome that he's doing that.
Yeah, I'm super proud of him.
Can't wait to see him. Should I bring baseball stuff? Should we do that?
Well, he's gonna bring his stuff if you want to bring, I mean, I'll have a glove and stuff. Like my glove and...
I could try and find my glove. I haven't used my glove in like a decade.
I was thinking I might go get some wiffle balls. And maybe we can get like a wiffle ball bat and a wiffle ball game going, you know.
I don't know how to play wiffle ball, but yeah.
We'll figure it out. I don't really either, but...
Sure. I'm down.
It'll be fun.
I think we should do some volleyball too. Sorry to be talking about our
you want to get destroyed?
I don't think you understand my natural athleticism. I'll have you know, I can jump on the tailgate of a truck.
Is that a brag?
I don't know. I don't think it's really that high, but it was from standing to the tailgate and went.
Was it an S10?
It was.
Or like a Ranger?
No. It wasn't
an
a
old
Tacoma.
Ranger?
It wasn't a Tacoma.
It was one of those, what was it, a Nissan B52? That's like the same height as a car, so basically you jumped like a foot in the air.
So my dad, I was talking to him about buying a Bronco, and he's like, you know what you need? You need a truck. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. Every man should have a truck. And I was like, well, yeah, but, price range, and I kind of like having a slimmer vehicle. So I was thinking a Tacoma, and he looked at me and he said, don't ever fucking say those words again. I'm about to slap you in your mouth. It's just hilarious.
I don't think Tacomas are bad trucks.
I don't think they're bad, but in his opinion, if it's not like a truck, it's not a truck.
Yeah, but like you don't need a 250. You don't have a camper or anything, or even a full-size truck.
We'll talk about that later. I might have a camper.
Well, oakley dokley.
Which I'll need opinion on buying trucks, because if that's the case, then things are in motion. We're doing stuff. It's gonna be great.
Things are happening.
So
I don't know where to put my hands.
My shot for today is going to be to all the guys that take the time to train working dogs. I have seen so many like emotional support dogs, therapy dogs, like diabetic alert dogs, seizure alert dogs, like all these working dogs recently. I don't know why. They're just fucking everywhere in San Antonio, and they are the coolest fucking things ever. Lots of golden retrievers. I'm sure you'd like that. But it is fucking neat as shit. So here's to you for taking the time to give these good boys a job. And girls.
I have seen, I don't know why, I have seen so many golden retrievers recently. Like, they're everywhere. And
Time for you
you
to
know
get one.
you want to know one of the, I can't say one of the worst parts, but you know what a shitty part about being a middle-aged man is?
You can't go up and pet a dog?
You can't. Like, I can't go up to some random lady with a golden retriever and be like, hey, can I pet your dog? That's creepy as fuck.
It is creepy. Especially if she has a kid with her, too.
Yeah. But I just want to pet your golden retriever. Like, I couldn't fucking care any less about you. Like, I literally just want to pet your golden retriever. But I have to resist the urge because, there's terrible white people out there that have done stupid shit in the past. And so I have to pay the price and not get to pet golden retrievers. Fucking bullshit.
Bullshit. Can I bring something up about work real quick before we really get into it? I noticed?
I have to tell a really, really funny story, too.
I had to take a pediatric patient today to one of the hospitals. It's a children's hospital that we have attached to an adult hospital. And I was unprepared for the large amount of eye candy that's in there. It's like you have to be a 7 out of 10 to be a pediatric nurse, male or female.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was just walking around. I was like, what the fuck? Where am I? What magical land?
A bunch of hot dudes.
A whole bunch of... I will say there was one dude that looked like Captain America fucked Thor, and they somehow had a baby. It was amazing. But I was just looking around, and I look at my partner, and I'm like, what magical land is this? The children's hospital. All creepy.
They draw their powers by sucking the life out of children.
I think they do. Because, good Lord. It was awesome. It was actually... And they're all really nice. Like the nicest nurses ever.
You strap it in again.
Yeah, just gotta make sure I strap it in. Tell me your work story.
So, this actually isn't a work story.
Oh.
This is a story of me accidentally getting a divorcee's number.
Does Brittany know the story?
She does. That's
good.
I called her immediately after it happened and was like, hey, I did not mean for this. I don't think it was anything inappropriate, but I felt weird after it happened.
That's the right decision.
Well, I mean, I pick my kids up from school every day. I walk, pick them up, brought the dogs the last couple days, just trying to get them some exercise. Normally, I don't bring them just because there's a lot of kids, and every kid runs up, can I pet your dog? Can I pet your dog? Which isn't a big deal, but the exact same time, I really don't like to interact with other people, so that's why I don't bring.
Especially not other people's fucking kids.
Exactly. So the last couple days I brought him, and one of Lincoln's classmates, he's played sports with my youngest's classmates. Need to bleep that out because we do that. My youngest's classmates. Mom also brings, they've got a giant dog, like the dog that was in the Sandlot.
Hercules. Oh, so an English Mastiff.
Yes, he's huge. Mm-hmm. His name's, I don't know. His name's Gus. I don't think there's a chance that anybody's gonna ever see this. So, his name's Gus, and she's brought him. I've noticed him before. I notice all sorts of dogs. I fucking love dogs,
especially golden retrievers. Your favorite? Yes.
Another dog I haven't gotten to pet because I don't want to be that weird guy.
Fair.
Oh, my dogs. She's like, my dog went over and wanted to sniff, and she's like, "Oh, is your dog friendly?" I'm like, "Yep." And I was like, I think my wife sent something home so our kids maybe we can connect this summer and the kids can play together. You know, it's a long summer. He's made friends. My oldest has other friends that we've, gotten phone numbers, stuff, so they can play together. And we wanted my youngest to be able to do that as well. Because it's not the day and age where, kids just go ride their bikes to each other's houses. Like, you have to schedule time, and like parents have to basically do all this stuff. It's so much more work for parents to be protective. It's ridiculous.
But it's worth it.
But I was like, hey, I think my wife sent a note home.
Okay.
Or sent a note with my son to give to your son to get some contact information. And I think he brought it back. I was like, so maybe they can connect this summer. And she's like, oh, well, I didn't know that. Me and my ex-husband recently got divorced, which I had no idea. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then she's like, well, why don't I just give you my number? I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And she's like, actually, I don't have my phone on it. Why don't you just take my number down? I'm like, okay. So I just jotted her number down in my phone, saved it as a contact. And she's like, and then why don't you text me so that way I have your number? I'm like, oh, okay. Hey, this is, None
of it's too weird yet.
Well, I just went walking away. And then I'm like, wait, I just got somebody else's... I just got a divorcee's phone number. Like, it was a sequence of, yeah, we recently got divorced. I don't know that he gave you that information. Why don't I give you my phone number?
See,
so it wasn't super weird, but I don't want to put myself in an awkward situation.
No, see, it's not weird, and it's only not weird because of one reason.
Because the kids are involved.
No, because you opened the conversation with the words, my wife.
That's true. I did say my wife sent this.
If anything comes of it, if you get any weird vibes when you call her or text her or whatever, that is 100% on that bitch and not on you.
Oh, I will never text her again. My wife has her number, and she will do 100% of the communication.
You're fucking clear and free. It's all good, man.
Yeah,
you're good. Because the only reason is because you opened it with my wife. Boom, boom, boom.
I did do that.
I'm proud of you.
I didn't even think of that. So, O's dog in the house. He just took a Matt take a drink and a Thomas take a drink.
Oh,
he redeemed 2 of them. So.
Oh, but this tastes like dog water.
It's only supposed to be a drink, but it's on you if you don't have a drink that's other than a shot.
I don't. It's not very good.
We also need to give a huge shout out and congratulations to the recent bride and groom of Mr. and Mrs. Tyler Hoser. Congratulations to you both. We
supposed to say his name?
I don't know. I didn't get invited to the wedding, so
That's fair.
I saw pictures on Facebook about how he talked about all his awesome video game friends, and I apparently wasn't one of them because I don't play World of Warcraft enough, I guess.
They looked like they played World of Warcraft.
They did.
No offense,
they didn't want me to make them look bad.
No offense, but when you had long hair, you looked like you played World of Warcraft. You know I'm talking about you, right?
He said Thomas was a groomsman.
Yeah, well. Thank you, Uncle Sam. But
one plays WoW and the other plays Overwatch. Yeah, but I play Overwatch like 2 hours a week.
if that.
If I'm lucky.
Which,
If I have the stamina.
which actually, I was super fortunate to be able to play with Daniel last night.
Ooh. Yeah, I saw you guys texting. I had to go to bed.
Oh, yeah, it was late. I didn't get home from work until super late. And I got to play with Daniel, like I said, and we were tearing kids apart. Not because we were super good, because the other teams were that bad.
That's always fun. I like playing shitty players.
I think it's because Daniel maybe didn't play as much as we have, or the lobbies just aren't the same. All I know is our hard lobbies are because of you, because all of my lobbies were easy yesterday.
Well, you were playing with Daniel the whole time, though, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. But Daniel plays just as much. He plays just as much.
Doesn't he play on Xbox, though?
Yeah.
So that could be the reason. Xbox.
I guess that's true.
You know? Just throwing that out there. All right.
I took my drink. I didn't take a full shot. I just can't with that.
Okay. You don't need to apologize to me. You need to apologize to the person that redeemed it.
He redeemed a drink now, shot. Look, you can
And
see.
The person that you redeemed it, and then the person that you didn't show up to his wedding for.
I was working.
Hmm?
Yeah, I know.
If I can't make you feel like shit on this podcast, I don't want to do it.
That's fair.
I don't want to do it.
That's fair. Yeah, no. Uncle Sam says no. You say yes, sir, and it's just meh.
Can I bring up one thing? You brought up it earlier about your drinking and how it changed your shitting habits.
Yes.
So I have been pretty steadily tracking my caloric intake.
Okay.
It has changed my shitting habits so much.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, it's like super weird. Like I take such tiny dumps now. It's so fucking weird. Like apparently my body just absorbs all the food I eat.
Are you taking a shit like a reindeer? It's like pellets?
Basically, like it's. I used to lose 5 pounds. Now I'm lucky if I lose a fucking quarter.
It's all about fats. It's what it is. It's fats and fibers. Okay, Matt. I want to buy a truck.
Okay.
My credit score is 710 last I checked.
All right. You want to know the first bit of information knowing that information?
What?
Do not, and I will repeat this, in emphasis, this is me emphasizing, do not use the banks that the car dealership has.
Oh, yeah. That one I knew. I got that one down. I have a bank that I use to loan for my Jeep.
Do you know why?
No. I just know not to.
So, when you run your credit or get a loan through a car dealership, they have what are called points that they can mark your rate up at. So, let's say this is what I would do is let's say you came in with a 700 credit score and I knew that I could get you these are old numbers from 5 years ago. Let's say I knew I could get you a 399 on it. And I knew that there was about 3 banks that I would send it to that would be my prime lenders, which prime means, you've got good credit, as long as you've got good credit history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I would send it to my 3 best lenders, and then I would mark it up 2 points. So they would give me a 399. I would tell you I'm getting a 599.
Ew.
Because we got we got paid on those 2 points of markup.
Oh.
So
the banks don't get the interest. You get the interest for the 5.
No, the banks get some of it,
but not all of it.
But the car dealership gets some of it because
Yeah.
that incentivizes the car dealership
Jeez.
to increase your rate.
Oh. That's why the last guy was mad I was using an outside bank.
Well, 100%. Because they make a lot of money in their financing and back end. Like purchasing products such as GAP, which is guaranteed asset protection, purchasing a service contract, purchasing a protection plan on your vehicle. All those things, the dealership buys for a certain price and then adds their fee onto it or their markup, so they make money off of it. A lot of dealerships, to be honest with you, make money just off of doing those things for people. Like, there's not a ton of markup in vehicles anymore.
That is actually good to know.
Like, I think when I was selling cars, which this was 5 years ago, the average markup that we had on a car was about $1,500 to $2,000.
Damn.
Which, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, we would sell, in my lot, we would sell anywhere between 60 to 100 cars a month. 100 would be a great month. 40 would probably be a bad month, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you figure by the time you're paying title people and salesmen, sales managers, detailers, repair bills, things like that, like making on average probably $1,500 a vehicle is not a lot of fucking money.
I guess that's fair.
So we relied on those back end things to make us money. So when you go get outside financing and you just bring a check, like the only thing that they can make money on is the vehicle.
Damn. I guess I can see how that's a thing. Sorry, my dog was trying to go underneath my...
You're good.
And he usually turns off my PC when he does that.
Ah.
That's good to know. I always say no to all the extra shit. No, I'm good. Nope. No, thank you. I'm set.
So some of it's okay, but it depends on like who writes the contracts, like service contracts, vehicle extended warranties. Like if you buy a used vehicle, you know, especially most manufacturers' warranties are 3 years or 36,000 miles, whichever comes first, for bumper to bumper coverage, and then 5 years or 60,000 miles of powertrain, which is just engine, transmission, and the drive axle. So it's really not much. Like, and the one thing I always say to people is the reason that they put a 3-year 36 or a 5-year 60 on something is because obviously they have a very, very small percentage of vehicles have issues in that time period, which is why they do it. If it was gonna be good for 5 years and 60,000 miles, they would put a 5-year 60,000 mile bumper to bumper on it.
It's true.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So finding the right extended warranty can be a big bonus because there's some that are good, there's some that are bad. Like, I'm not a big fan of stated warranty. There's two types of warranties out there, at least the ones that I sold. One was, quit rubbing your cat like that, you fucking weirdo. I feel like you're not even listening to me. Like, you don't care what I'm saying.
I am listening to you. I can regret. Just get the fuck out of there. Go lay down. No, not there. No, let's go. Get up. You're gonna turn off my PC again. Go up. Go lay on my bed, you fucking dog. It's a lot, and I usually just say no to a lot of stuff, like the nitrogen in tires.
Oh yeah, say no to nitrogen.
It's like it's one of those things. Like I could see how you could get somebody with that if you really sold it. It's not gonna get me though, because I don't care.
It's but like the two types of warranties, if you can get an exclusionary coverage for like 5 years and up to 100,000 miles or an additional so many miles, In my opinion, some of those can be worth it because an exclusionary coverage says we won't cover these things, but everything that's not listed is covered.
Okay.
Cool. That's a lot of stuff that can be covered. Versus an exclusionary coverage is, or a stated coverage is, hey, this is what we cover. Anything outside of that is not covered. And you can run into a lot of headaches there where Dodge might call it, like, let's say you've got a warranty and it covers drive shafts. Well, Dodge might call a specific part that goes out a drive cylinder. And they're going to be like, oh, we're not going to cover that because we only cover drive shafts, not drive cylinders.
That makes sense.
And you're like, but it's the same fucking part. Yeah, but that's not what they call it. Deuces.
That sucks.
So, that's why if you're getting an exclusionary coverage where it states what's not covered as opposed to what is, it looks like you're fucking that cat. I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm using it to actually balance out the light.
Yeah, it looks like you're hitting it from behind.
It's actually just my wiener. All right, yeah, I'll make it better.
How is that better? So, if you get an exclusionary coverage, obviously it's always good to know who you do business with, who you can call and get a hold of, things like that. Ask what service centers you can take them to, but yeah.
Yeah. So far I've not had to take my Jeep in. Knock on wood.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I have exclusionary coverages on mine and my wife's vehicles, which are both 5 years and up to 100,000 miles. And I have $100 deductible. So essentially, if anything other than like routine maintenance items goes out on either one of our vehicles, I pay $100 deductible and get it fixed.
Now, see, that sounds cool. I like that.
Yep. So,
yeah, I really want a Bronco, but I'll probably just get a truck. It's not like I'm going to sell my Jeep. I don't want to sell my Jeep. So why would I have two cars that fulfill the same purpose?
that makes sense.
Like they're both toys. They're toy cars, like 100%. So they exist for.
Yeah, they're not even like practical commuter cars.
No, not even a little bit.
No.
They're toys.
Yeah.
I want something that can tow. I want a truck so you can put stuff in the bed. So I'll just get a truck. Eventually, they're expensive too, Well,
everything's expensive. I keep hearing on TikTok, it's been a while, oh, the car market's going to fall out. There's, a lot of these subprime loans are going to be defaulting, and which, if you're not familiar, a subprime loan is basically a high-risk auto loan with high interest rates. Like, yours is considered a prime loan. A prime loan is anything like, I think it's 620 and above. Maybe it's even 580 depending on the place. But then anything below that, people with bad credit have what are called subprime car loan. And there's usually like a high down payment involved and then like a really high interest rate.
I've seen those in airmen and soldiers in the past. Sergeant,
Yeah.
It's okay. I have enough money and it's only 30% interest.
Mm-hmm. It's funny,
kids.
having been in the car business, like there's certain companies that just do like subprime loans like that. Like that's all they specialize in. And there's a reason that they do is because of like I can't think of what it's called, but basically it's like a fair equal credit act. So like they can't charge you more because you have bad credit on something.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times they have to charge you more if you have bad credit on certain vehicles, so that way they can make it work. And so what a lot of these places do is they don't accept cash. They raise the price on their vehicles, so that's their advertised price. So that way they can get you in with $1,500 down, and they can get you into a vehicle. But if you go into them and you're like, hey, I want to pay you cash, and I want to buy it for $2,000 less because I think that's where Kelly Blue Book is. They're like, nope, we don't sell cars for cash.
Interesting. They wouldn't want to sell cars for cash anyways because you're losing money, aren't you?
Not necessarily.
Oh, you just talked about all the stuff that they get on the back end.
Yeah, but I mean, like the car lot that I was at was we sold like late model, so like cars that came off a lease, like when you go lease a vehicle and then you turn it in. Like, so they were like 3 years old, usually under 36,000 miles. I mean, they were really nice vehicles. But what our goal was to sell those vehicles to people, maybe turn a little profit if we can make some money in financing, things like that. But what we wanted to do was get their trade-in. Their trade-in was where we wanted to make our money.
That makes sense.
You know, you'd come in and you've got your Jeep and...
Which the trade-in that I looked at for Kelly Blue Book, so take it with a grain of salt, is what I bought it for 6 years ago.
The car market's gone crazy, but also Jeeps are so stupid in price. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous what you can get for those fucking things.
It is. It's at 60,000 miles, and it's 6 years old. So it's not like I put a ton of miles on it, but that's with deployments and training and, a lot of things like that. So
10,000 miles a year, I think average is about 14.
Well, that's pretty normal then.
Yeah. I mean, you're right about where you should be.
Okay, I didn't know that. I thought I was actually less.
Yeah, you're probably a little bit light on where your miles should be, but like me, I put like 4,000 or 5,000 miles on a vehicle in a year because I work from home and I don't drive that often.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that.
But then there's some people, I've seen fucking cars that are a year old with 100,000 miles on them, from traveling salesmen and shit like that. So,
God, imagine that. That would suck. That much time in a vehicle. I spend 12 hours a day, 3 days a week in a vehicle, and I can't. Like, I don't even want to go get groceries.
Imagine being a truck driver.
That would suck. But you could sleep in it, though. It's a little different.
Would it be? Like, I think that would make it worse.
Because you never leave.
You just, like, I don't know, over the road truckers, like people that are like out for a long period of time, like that is a job that is hard.
Pays well.
It does, but like if you're gone for 2 weeks at a time and then home for like 5 days and then gone for 2 weeks, is it really worth it?
No. Well,
like, I mean, if you're single, I could see it if you're single and you don't have like a family you're close with. And if you were a suave guy or a suave lady that could get, people, friends in every state, like that would be pretty cool.
Friends. Is the cat bothering you?
Not now. It doesn't look like you're fucking it anymore, so we're good.
Guess that's fair. He's just hanging out with me.
I mean, it's weird, but
I'm weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I'll be in for some fun times in the future getting a vehicle because 14 months left on my Jeep, which isn't a lot of time. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, it's a year and 2 months.
Not a lot of time.
I don't know. It's weird because you think about it and you're like, 14 months isn't that long. But 14 months really is that long. I mean...
Matt, I feel like us playing Call of Duty every night was like yesterday. In Verdansk.
In Verdansk? Oh, that was so long ago.
It was so long ago, but it feels like it was yesterday.
It doesn't.
We don't even
like
really,
it was so long ago.
We don't even really play Call of Duty that much anymore anyways, because we get stomped.
Yeah, that's because you fucking suck.
Is that my fault? It is a little bit. I do suck.
I don't know. It's weird to think about time frames in certain aspects because, like, how long of a loan did you take out on your vehicle?
I don't remember. I guess.
What if it's probably 6 years, 72 months?
Yeah.
So, let's do some quick. Oh, that pulled up right in front. And we'll put it up there. So, let's say you live to be 80. You didn't start driving till you were 14, but let's say you got your own car at 20.
I got my own car at 18. Thank you.
Okay, well, we're going to add 2 years on. If you took a 6-year car loan out, and if you take a 6-year car loan out on every vehicle that you buy, you'll own 10 cars in your life.
That's 10. That's like 8 too many.
8 too many?
I don't want a lot of cars.
That's not a lot of cars.
That's a lot of cars.
There's people that trade cars in every 2 years.
That's too much. My dad's like that with trucks. Oh my god.
Or if you lease a vehicle, that's every 3. Generally, leases are 3 years.
I was told never to lease a vehicle.
It just kind of depends on what you want.
It's like renting a house. It's just...
I mean, you're always going to have that payment. And like, before COVID, it wasn't a bad option. You could generally keep a lower payment and drive a brand new vehicle that you didn't have to worry about. I mean, it was really hassle-free driving at that point. The only thing you had to do was get the oil changed, but your brakes were new, your tires were new, and when it was time to change that stuff, you traded your car in and got a new one.
I guess that's fair.
So, I mean, not that it was a bad idea, but at the exact same time, if you're willing to drive an older vehicle, you can save yourself a lot of money. But it just it just depends on what you want and what you're going to get out of your vehicles.
I should lease a Bronco, you're right, so I can get it out of my system.
Well, leasing's tough now. Like, with residuals, you can't lease them for much less than what you can buy them for.
Guys, residuals.
Yeah. Residual. So essentially how a lease works, when you lease a vehicle, when you're leasing it, let's just for even numbers, let's say they're like, okay, this is a $60,000 vehicle. In 3 years and with 36,000 miles on it, we think this vehicle is going to be worth $40,000. So what we need to do is you need to pay $20,000 over the next 3 years. So that way, when it's time to buy your car back, we can make our money back. If the vehicle's worth more, you put less miles on it, cool, we make money. That's essentially how a lease works. So then you're paying, basically all you're paying is depreciation on the vehicle as opposed to paying for the whole vehicle itself.
Okay, I could see how that could be good, but I can see how it could be bad.
Like, there was a lot of people, there's nuances to it too. Like, there was a lot of people that kind of came out really well because you have options at the end of your lease as well. So, like, you don't have to give your car back. Like, if you like the car, you can just buy that out and take a loan out and then pay for your car for the next 6 years or whatever. So there was a lot of people, like, especially when COVID hit, where vehicles were, the prices really jumped up on them. Like, we saw prices skyrocket there for a little while. And there was people that could go in and buy out their vehicle and then trade their vehicle in somewhere else and make $5,000 to $10,000 off of their leased vehicle. Because the price on that vehicle and what it was worth at that time had skyrocketed when the market went fucking crazy.
That makes sense.
So,
I just learned about what equity was like a couple months ago.
Really?
Yeah.
So, tell me what you learned.
It's basically...
What's equity, buddy?
It's the money you're putting in for your house, and if you're over on the equity, you got to pay the difference. But if you're under, then it just stays. And if you, say if you sell the house, you get your equity back.
Can you explain that to me like I'm like
I
I'm
can't.
a 2-year-old.
That's about as much as I got from that conversation. A friend of mine said she might be getting divorced and that she was selling her house. If she does, she's going to sell her house and that she could live off the equity for a year and a half.
So essentially what equity is what your house or whatever it is worth minus what you owe on it.
That's what I said.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope you realize when I'm buying a house, I'm going to give you a call. Matt.
Okay.
Matt, help me. Yeah. Sorry, I'm a bit tired today, and this is literal doo-doo. It's not good. You know, I'm a man of many drinks, and I still have half a shot sitting here. I'm like, God, it smells like pennies.
Pennies?
Yeah.
Got a real copper feel for it.
Yeah. Okay, some are winners, some are losers, you know?
Yeah. Well, when you buy a bottle of booze every week, you're gonna have that.
Shut up.
If there's any alcohol makers out there, we will sample and give you an honest rating on your whiskey or bourbon on live on the air.
Oh, I will. For the free alcohol. It's like, for nothing else.
Obviously, that's why I was saying it.
Oh, God. So we have a Rebecca Creek distillery near here, and they have a pecan ice cream, pecan whiskey, and it's super tasty, like a caramel, not caramel, but like just a sweet pecan. It's really tasty. And my girlfriend and I actually, did I tell you about, oh, I probably didn't, what we did. So she's had a ton of peaches on her peach tree, so much so that the peach tree is falling down. So picking peaches, and
your girlfriend sent me Snapchats, so don't worry.
yeah, I know, I saw that. I'm in the group, so
I'm aware.
so we made ice cream with the peaches, and I've never made homemade ice cream before. I've never tasted it. It's fucking awesome, by the way.
You've never made homemade ice cream before?
No, do I look white to you?
I don't think that's a white thing.
It is. We make horchata. We make horchata.
Like that's like I've gone to plenty of Mexican restaurants and they're like, "Oh, do you want deep fried ice cream?"
That's moving on. So we made ice cream with the peaches, right? And it was super good. It just froze really hard because of all the water in the peaches. So maybe like the peaches she canned, we might use those in the future. But I really want to add.
Was it water in the peaches or were they just super succulent?
They're super succulent. They're really good. I don't even like peaches, and they're really good.
Succulent peaches.
They're succulent peaches. You distracted me. So what I'm gonna bring up is
I just wanted to say succulent.
Is add whiskey into the ice cream machine, into the ice cream batter.
It won't work.
No,
alcohol doesn't freeze, buddy.
I know, but that's why you only add like a little bit and get the flavor of the. I'm not looking to get drunk on ice cream, but I want to impart that caramel, the pecan flavor into the ice cream.
Okay. Good luck.
I'd like a little more excitement from you.
Let me know how it goes. I just don't think it's going to work, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I was going to bring it up, you know?
Yeah. So, we spent this last weekend in downtown Omaha, Nebraska.
How'd you like it?
Well, one, I don't like being around a lot of people.
It's fair.
I don't go to downtown Sioux Falls, which is my town, very often because I don't like people here. So going into a larger city and then going downtown, it's just not my cup of tea. We saw several crazy people yelling randomly.
Were they doing the opiate crouch?
No, I didn't see anybody doing that. I saw one dude walking and screaming on his cell phone with no shoes on.
He could just be drunk.
Yeah. There was another guy it looked like he was throwing an umbrella. I really couldn't be sure. He was a little ways away. Saw one dude just homeless sitting under the bridge. Just sitting there, had a bag of shit with him.
That's his home.
Yeah. I mean, And I'll be honest, I wasn't overly impressed. Like, we went to a couple of restaurants in downtown Omaha, and
Omaha's not known for its food, my man. The Midwest isn't
they
known for
were,
its food.
I don't know, yeah. But even, like, for me, like, so we went to this Mexican restaurant, and it was, like, the Hook and Lime or something like that. And their sign said, tortillas, tacos, and tequila. I'm like, my kind of joint, let's go. And it was like, it was somebody that had gone to fucking culinary school and then wanted to be fucking fancy and make fancy Mexican food. Like, Mexican food was good the way it was. You didn't need to make it fancy.
It doesn't need to be fancy.
They ruined it by making it fancy. It was, yeah, like they did like I had a smoked brisket taco, it wasn't a smoke. It was an overnight taco, an overnight sautéed brisket taco. I had a chorizo and potato taco and a shrimp taco.
And it was even like fancy chorizo, right? Like it wasn't just like greasy, shitty chorizo.
No, it was greasy, shitty chorizo.
Oh, that's the good kind. That's the good chorizo. Comes in the green package.
It wasn't that good. Like the potatoes were small and unnoticeable. Like I wasn't impressed with it. I've had good chorizo and this wasn't it. And then the rice and beans was the most disappointing part.
Well, that's how you know if a Mexican restaurant is good, is if their rice and beans are good.
Yeah, their rice and beans were fucking terrible. And then we went to another place that had like, it was supposed to be like this fancy burger joint downtown. And
if it's not blue, don't eat downtown.
If it's not blue?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
Like the restaurant, Blue. It's a sushi restaurant that's near downtown.
Oh.
Super good.
I wish we could have gone and gotten sushi, but for some reason everybody's super fucking picky when it comes to sushi.
What do you mean?
Like I'll run into people, like 1 out of 5 people I run into is like, oh yeah, let's go get some sushi. And then they usually have a significant other that's like, fuck you, we're not going to get sushi.
Really?
Yeah. Like it's super rare to run into people that want sushi. And most of the sushi places around here also have hibachi. So it's like, get a fucking grilled steak with some rice and...
Yeah, 2 birds.
Fucking noodles.
Yeah, that's great.
Like, me and my wife do it, like, almost every week. That's one of our go-to, because I go get sushi, she gets hibachi, which she loves, and I also love hibachi, too. Like, it's almost disappointing for me, because...
You don't get hibachi.
I want to get sushi, but I don't get hibachi then.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's like, well, I want hibachi, but I also, like...
You never get to eat sushi. Yeah. You do realize Holly and I will, like, 3 days out of the week eat sushi. No questions asked.
Yeah, you guys live 16 hours away from me.
That's so like, we do now. You can just move.
Yeah, you guys could move up here. You've lived in Nebraska before. You know how amazing it is.
Yeah, once you're snow free, you never want to go back.
Fucking the snow is the best.
Fucking the snow? Or fucking in the snow?
Both.
Oh, okay.
You know the best part about snow is? Keeps pussies like you out.
Is that what it is? Yeah, it's
right.
Actually, I do really like the snow, but Holly just doesn't. That's the big thing.
Because she hasn't lived in it.
That is true. You get used to it. It takes a little bit, but you get used to the cold and the snow.
It makes you appreciate super nice days.
It makes you appreciate warmth.
It really does. But then, like, there's super hot days, and you're like, God, I can't wait for a fucking nice cold winter day.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to sneak it in doesn't work.
You've known me for a long time, and I don't even do that face with tequila. But that shit...
That's because if you're still making that face with tequila, I'm pretty sure your Mexican card gets revoked.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like...
I do have I'm trying to get a lead on a really nice bottle of tequila that I want to bring for the trip. So you could try what actual sipping tequila is supposed to taste like.
I want you to bring me some mezcal so we can eat a fucking worm and hallucinate together.
You want to eat the worm? I know a guy that can get us the worms. And like the little bottles too, so we don't even have to drink the whole bottle.
I don't want to just eat the worm. I mean, I kind of do, but...
Are we at, what?
Also,
Where are we
my
at?
wife and family are there, so
Where are we at on time?
we're getting pretty close to our hour.
My numbers aren't up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're gonna behave this trip. I'm gonna bring a little cart that we can take with us onto the river. We can put all of our shit in the cart, and it folds and it collapses, and then we can just put that in my float while we're floating. I'll float with it, whatever. And that way, we don't have to carry shit this time.
So I believe what you're bringing is a wagon.
Yeah, a collapsible canvas wagon.
Yeah, we have a collapsible wagon that I was going to bring.
Oh, I guess we're just gonna both bring our fucking wagon and see which one's better then, huh? My wagon has off-road wheels.
Off-road wheels.
It does. They've got like the thick treads and everything. Yeah.
Mine has wagon wheels on
We'll have
it.
a wagon race through the sand and see who wins.
Okay.
I'll even get Jackson in the wagon. You get Lincoln. And we'll just run.
That's just more of a stamina thing of who can run further.
No, it's the wagon.
I don't know. Am I allowed to trip you?
No.
No. Well, then I'm out.
I'm really excited. I can't wait to be in the river.
I'm excited too. It's
Won't
gonna be a good camping.
I don't think I'll be drinking as much. I think I'm going to drink a lot more beer this trip, not like liquor.
I'm not going to limit myself on anything.
I guess it is vacation. Make some badass sandwiches. That's my plan. I'm going to bring like French bread loaves. And I'm not going to make like little dinky ass little 2 slices of white bread sandwiches. I want to make like a fucking man sandwich with pickles and all this shit in it.
I had a super good sub the other day. You guys have Jersey Mike's down there?
Oh, I fucking love Jersey. It's the best sandwich spot. Hands down the best sandwich spot.
There's a local spot that is better.
Oh, I can't.
But you guys probably wouldn't have it. It's Mr. Good Sense.
No, yeah.
And it's just their bread that's better.
That's fair. Local shops don't count because obviously that they have a little bit of a lead.
Yeah. Jersey Mike's though, yeah, I was super. I had the Italian.
My favorite.
Oh, it was so good.
Did you get it
With
Mike's way?
No, I didn't get it Mike's
Oh,
way.
you fucked
They put way too much fucking vinegar and oil on it.
That's one of the best parts.
I don't want soggy bread.
That's why you get it Mike's way.
Mike's way is with vinegar and oil.
Yes, but it gets in the lettuce and the tomatoes and the onions and the everything.
I'm allergic to lettuce and I don't like tomatoes.
You're allergic to lettuce?
I'm allergic to the pollen in lettuce and tomatoes.
Who the fuck is allergic to lettuce?
It's more of a pollen allergy than anything, but
No,
yes,
you're
I am.
allergic to lettuce. Okay.
I watched him make one, and they literally are just like,
Oh yeah.
and I'm like, oh, so we're taking that sub for a swim. Sweet.
Yes.
That bread is going to be soggy as fuck.
That's why you got to eat it right away. I get the monster every time. First of all, let's talk about
a giant.
Whatever. Let's talk about the fact that they have the perfect sandwich sizes.
I wouldn't go that far.
A 10-inch sandwich is the perfect sandwich.
Is that the giant?
No, that's the regular, the 10-inch sandwich.
Is that the regular 10 inches?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because 12 is too much. Like at Subway and stuff, the last 2 inches makes me over full and not happy.
Bet your girlfriend wishes for the last 2 inches.
Look, she can get 10 inches, 2 inches at a time. A 10-inch.
Sorry, it was there. I had to take it.
It was there. The 10-inch sandwich is perfect, and then the giant is double that. No, it's not.
I think it's 2 smalls. I want to say it's like 16 inches.
It's like 16 inches, but it's perfect. And the meat is sliced so thin.
Because we got that and got it. We cut it in half, and just the kids only want ham and cheese, so we're like, yeah, give me a giant. And they cut it in fourths, and I'm like, hey kids, here's your sandwiches.
Works. Their pickles are really good too, by the way.
Can you remember a place that you're like, oh, they had terrible pickles, I don't want to get pickles there?
Any place that sells sweet pickles.
Sweet, well, yeah.
Don't even. Well, yeah. Don't even give me that shit.
But who is like, when I tell you about a pickle, are you assuming that it's a sweet pickle?
No.
No, because that's not a fucking pickle. That's why they say sweet pickle.
I've had it in burgers before where I've taken a bite and it's a sweet pickle. And I've
send it back.
I've sent it back.
You should.
Sorry. Jersey Mike's, though, the perfectly thinly sliced meat, but a lot of it. You get the layers and the bite. The bread is delicious with the crust, but soft on the inside.
Yeah.
Love
Oh, yeah,
Jersey
they do a
Mike's.
good job.
Yeah.
They do a good job.
Better than Jimmy John's, Subway, Quiznos, all those places.
Yeah, I like their bread a lot better than Jimmy John's.
Do you
That's
know,
a big favorite around here.
Jimmy John's is shit bread. It's like a Olive Garden breadstick.
Yeah. Yeah, right?
It sucks. Dog shit. Do you know what I found in a small town in Texas delivering a patient the other day?
What?
A Robin Hood.
A Robin Hood? Mm-hmm. I don't know what that is.
Sandwich place. It's like an old sandwich place that went out of business, pretty much. I thought went completely out of business.
Did you know we still have a Quiznos here in Sioux Falls?
That's impressive. They sucked.
No, they didn't suck. They were actually really good.
No.
They were. They were the first ones to do toasted subs. And their toasted subs were fucking good.
But I see that's the thing. I don't like a toasted sub. That's why I like Jersey Mike's so much.
How do you not like a toasted sub?
I like a cold sandwich.
You can have a cold sandwich with a toasted sub.
I mean, I guess you could, but...
Like, if you're making a club sandwich, do you toast the bread beforehand?
Maybe. Depends on the kind. It depends on the kind of bread.
Do you know how much better your sandwich is? Any kind of sandwich, especially if you're making a club sandwich with cold sandwich meats, and you toast bread and then put cold sandwich meats on it. Like, that hot and cold difference in your mouth is so fucking delicious.
I guess. But
You can take any average sandwich, even a PB&J, and you toast the bread, it's a totally different sandwich.
It can be. So if I get if I get a loaf of French bread, it has an outer crust. So I don't want to toast it. I want to eat it horizontally, like a hoagie, which has a outer crust, like Jersey Mike's, which has an outer crust, because it gives me my crunch without making my meat hot.
You don't have to make your meat hot to toast your bread.
Well, in Subway and Quiznos, you do. Would you like it toasted? No, fuck off.
Well, fuck Subway. They don't even have real bread, so...
I know, and it's delicious.
That's because it's full of fucking sugar. It should be delicious.
Hell yeah!
It's not even considered real bread in other countries.
It shouldn't be, but it is in America.
Yeah, that's because we don't fucking care about our health.
Say goodbye to the cat.
So. Why does the cat have an oval mouth?
I don't know.
What do you put in there?
Actually, I think it's its nose. It's the same colors as its toe beans.
I don't have cats, so I don't know if their mouth and their toes or their hands or paws are the same size or what.
Their nose and their paws are the same color.
Oh, okay.
I mean, same for dogs.
Maybe.
You thought about it.
I did.
All right, let's go play some video games before you get too sleepy.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for stopping by. Once again, congratulations to the O's dog and his beautiful bride. Congratulations on your special day. Thank you for stopping by. We appreciate your time and listening. If you're not here on Thursdays, you're missing out. Thomas, final words?
Goodbye.
All right.
I'm gonna make a few words.
Well, yeah. Good guy to do a podcast with. Man, a few words. So, always remember, don't sweat the petty stuff and don't pet the sweaty stuff. Toodles!